Good morning. This is Joe Moses for SuccessProgress.com. Thanks for stopping by. It's our goal to provide relevant, meaningful content to our user community. And today we're going to profile Retire Young, Retire Rich: How to Get Rich Quickly and Stay Rich Forever, written by Robert Kiyosaki. This book talks about getting rich in terms of money. It is an older book, but the lessons are worth the time. Forbes magazine defines rich as income over $1 million per year, and ultra rich as income over $1 million per month. One key aspect of the book chats about the inverted pull between freedom and security. These two things actually can work against each other in our minds, but our financial freedom is achieved, then security is a no-brainer. The problem is that people seek security in their jobs before financial freedom and become trapped. Why is this important to me? Being financially rich takes work and education. I believe most people are interested in the subject, but very few make it a true study. Think about lottery winners and professional athletes that get multi-million-dollar contracts. Where do they typically end up in 10 years? They end up broke. It is painful being without financial resources, but it is really painful having it and then losing it all. This book is important because it will outline how to get it and how to keep it. Riches and money need to be studied like reading, writing, and arithmetic. You study these subjects from kindergarten through graduation and then go to college. How much time is spent on financial education? If you look at the curriculums of the schools, and you know that next to nothing is spent on the subject. Worse than that, we expect people to provide services in the economy when they are financially illiterate. This is a real problem, but with some invested time can easily be remedied. This book is broken down into 4 sections, and for the sake of time, I'll briefly examine each. Number 1, leverage the mind. This book talks about retirement, and a small section talks about boredom once you retire. This is very important. The 4-Hour Work Week, written by Tim Ferriss, really digs into the concept. He chats about taking mini retirements instead of having a grand vision of doing nothing once you're 65. This really needs to be considered. The statistics for early death at retirement are staggering. The human mind is either growing or dying. There is no in between. Food for thought here. My personal goal is to be able to make the decision not to work as opposed to retirement. This goal does not mean I'll stop working. Once achieved, it affords me the opportunity to do whatever I want. Yin and yang. There is a perceived inverse relationship between security and freedom. 90% of the working population are following the wrong advice. This is the little voice inside their head that says, I can't be rich, I cannot risk losing my job, I can't lose my medical benefits, or I have no choice. These perceptions are all made up in the mind. They are only true if you decide to give them focus. This is perceived security, where in reality it is more like corporate prison. This mindset needs to be changed, and you simply need to give some dedicated time each day to eliminate these excuses. A great quote sums this up. Those who desire to give up freedom in order to gain security will not have, nor do they deserve, either one. Ben Franklin. Leverage is power. It simply means doing more with less. OPM, OPT, and OPE. Utilizing other people's time, money, and expertise is by far the quickest way to mastery of any skill. Financial freedom is no different. Leverage of money can be a double-edged sword and needs to be respected. As you know, the idiots in our nation's investment banks leverage billions of dollars to make millions in short-term profits. This is how the 2008 financial crisis happened. My point here is to respect the power of leverage. According to Robert, if you want to be rich, then you need to know the difference between good debt and bad debt, good expenses and bad expenses, good income and bad income, and good liabilities and bad liabilities. The type of income you work for is the key to keeping more of your money. There are 3 types of income: earned, portfolio, and passive. Think of them as follows. Earned is 50% money. This is W-2 or job income. The government will take half in one form or another. Portfolio is 20% money. This is capital gains on stocks, real estate, like house flipping and other types of asset sales. Right now it's actually 15% money, but given the U.S. debt, it'll probably go back up. Passive income can be 0% money. This is the best type to work for. This is where your money works harder than you do. This can happen as tax deferred or tax free. Thus, you do not have to work any harder. You just need to reorient yourself to work for other types of income besides your job. Are you familiar with ratios? Don't worry, you don't have to be a numbers geek to understand these powerful tools. People today who are only working are trading dollars for hours. Typically, the ratios here are low. Minimum wage is around $7.50 per hour. Thus, the ratio is 1 to 750, or whatever your hourly rate is. What if you focus on different ratios like the ones above? These ratios are what Robert uses in the book, and they mean 1. Ownership in 5 businesses. 2. Had 300 workers working for him. 3. Had 450 tenants paying rent. 4. Had $6 million in cash. And then, of course, 5. Owned 2 million shares. The key here is not what the numbers of Rich Dad are, but your numbers. When I started, my numbers sucked. The key is to start tracking and building them up. This will change your mindset and your future. Remember, where focus goes, energy flows. Retire Young is a good book that really dives into the mental side of financial education. This is really important because your mindset is your reality. I hope you found this short video summary useful. The key to any new ideas is working your daily routine until it becomes habit. Habits form in 21 days. One thing you can take away from the book is mental leverage. There's nothing more powerful than the power of associations. Seek out mentors and spend time with them. If you want the best ones, then seek them out virtually. YouTube, Google, and the internet are the easiest ways to associate with world-class people, even if you do not know them. If you enjoyed this video, then please don't hesitate to pass it along. If you want more information, click on the link below and purchase Robert's book, Retire Young, Retire Rich. Thanks for watching and have a great day.